All right, so I'm going to give my perspective on the violence that we have seen online going on with the in New York City, more specifically as it pertains to the subways. Today there was an incident where a guy was shot in the head after an altercation, and I'm going to get into all that. But the National Guards were, from what I understand, were just sit down there 4 days ago. But I'm going to break down how, they keep saying this, the politicians aren't really problem solvers, and neither really are the police. You have people in charge, and I'm pretty sure we've all had this where we have managers or supervisors that aren't really good at what they do. You make suggestions on how things can run smoother and be better for you or the customer, yet they never make those changes. No difference with the police, no difference with the politicians, and not that's not to say all of them are bad, but I would say the majority are not good, just based off the results and the fact that they always have an excuse as to why they can't be effective at their job. We can't. Most people that work a 9 to 5 can't come up with excuses as to why you can't do your job effectively. You can't blame it on the next person. You can't blame it on the competition. Yeah, this is what the politicians do. No, we have a culture here in America now where nobody's accountable, and it's just permeating, and it's become a habit to where the default is no accountability, no responsibility, canned, empty response, but no results. So I'm gonna get into this footage. So apparently, it's like a black guy and I guess it's a illegal from what he was saying, an illegal alien on a subway, right? Now people don't interject until it's too late. But I'll get a play by play. I'll let it play, but then I'll also give the play by play. But everybody think it's cute to just be on their phone or minding your own business, which in some cases you have to do that, but there has to be de-escalation. You got to be adults and jump in, and not necessarily put yourself in the middle, but try to calm the situation down. And this is why we also need to have conflict resolution. It's not worth it. It wasn't worth it for the black guy. It wasn't worth it for the migrant. It's not worth it for anybody. But a lot of people have a lot of stress. A lot of people have mental illness. And that's why I say 90% of the people you just want to avoid anyway. 90% of the people on this planet can't really help you, don't want to help you, and will cause trouble. Get with the people that actually are like minded, that would actually support you and help you do a good job, because most people on this planet are self destructive haters. Well, let's get into it. So he basically antagonizing them. Now, the black dude said he mentioned that the migrants beating up cops. If you can hear this. I'll beat you up. You think you gonna beat up cops? You think you people's gonna beat up cops? I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up. Gangsta, I'll beat you up. Now I don't know what led up to this, but obviously the black dude don't like Mike. Well, at least he don't like this migrant, and he have an issue with the migrants maybe being there and beating up the NYPD. So the black dude saying, beat up me, beat up me." I guess he's taking out for the police or something like that. I'm not sure. The New York City subway, boy, it's a crazy ass place. Now, just to kind of put my perspective in here, somebody that's actually solutions driven. What I saw is just a bunch of National Guards kind of standing around, you know, um, outside of the subway, just around the subway station. What needs to happen, there needs to be groups of two walking the beat of the subway, while another group is walking the beat and it just needs to be constant beat walking in that subway, and there need to be at least 2 people on the subway walking up and down the carts. There's no excuse for if they were problem solvers. There's no excuse for them not to have that implemented on the subway when we've seen so much stuff online lately with the subway. So dude really trying to provoke the migrant. He really trying to provoke him here. Now people in the subway, they just minding their own business. But at that point, somebody should have maybe jumped in, told the conductor. Something needs to be happening to where they separate these guys. So this, whoever this is, she just looking, but it's not really a joke. And she don't even realize how serious this is gonna get. And there's one more thing here. I know sometimes people get upset when I pause the videos, but I have to say this. This also shows that multiculturalism doesn't really work, and people that are in poverty and stressed out, it really doesn't work to put them around other people. Environment is key. He said I just did 13 years in jail, so so now they about to square up. While she recorded, she probably should have been on the phone with 911. Somebody should have been on the phone with 911.
Move, baby girl.
The babies on there. These guys have no regard for that. That's what I'm saying, man. People, if they crash dummies, they don't have no regard for their life or your life. Avoid them. Kill them with kindness. Be the most polite person in that interaction.
What you trying to do? What you trying to do? The minute you move, I'm gonna break you up. The minute you move, I'm gonna break you up. The minute you move, I'm gonna break you up. You trying to make me hit you first.
And then another thing here, this is why you don't really fight people on their terms, because you never know what they got.
What happened? You want to do it?
There's something like that.
Oh!
There's something like that.
Oh! What the chest? Oh!
So I guess he got stabbed right there. Stabbed. That must be his girl or something. Yeah, she's stabbed him right there. Right there, she's stabbed him.
Get them up. Get them. Get them up of him. I'm behind you, bro. Come on. Get them up of him.
Now she need to go to jail too.
Let's just separate. Get separate. All right. Go have a seat, my boy. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Now, in retrospect, if the black dude would have just let it go, it really wasn't that serious.
Oh, you stab me? I'm locking you up. I'm locking you up when you get up. I got you. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. You slapped me. I got you. That's the truth.
She said she ain't do nothing. We just seen that she stabbed you.
You get locked up. You interfere with a man. You don't please. I got you.
She said, "How you do nothing?"
You stabbed me, right? You stabbed me, right?
Now right here, he going to get his gun.
You stabbed me. You stabbed me.
Now, first of all, like people try to say, like, "Hey man, cool it. Hey dude, go to the other car." I don't know if he couldn't go to the other cart or what. But the Hispanic guy or whatever, the migrant should have been off that cart. He should have just removed himself from that situation. And somebody should have been there to. First of all, the police should have been there, or the National Guard should have been walking up and down. There should be a. Hey, ridiculous.
You stabbed me.
So now you got this going. Everybody scurrying.
No, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Oh, get that over there, baby. Let me out. 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 Let me out.
In moments of stress, people panic. A lot of people panic.
Keep going.
If I see some people arguing, I'm not standing around to film it and laugh and all that other stuff. I'm removing myself from that situation because it's really no win in the situation. Now there was some video I saw where, let me see here, where they were showing the guy coming out. I'm gonna show this other video right here.
This is probably one of the most traumatic experiences of my entire life, and I didn't know what to do in the moment because I felt trapped, and I think that's what everybody was feeling at the moment.
Train full of people who were all trapped there.
We were literally on the ground on the train and praying, looking at each other, and trying to reassure one another. We were on the ground, crying, praying, speaking to one another, trying to reassure each other that we were going to be okay. But it was terrifying. People were yelling at one another, getting anxious, and also very afraid because to see an influx of law enforcement coming down with guns drawn, you don't know how serious the actual situation is.
So scary right there. When you see that, you know things have gone very badly.
You can hear the dispatch going off on the walkie-talkies, describing a person, and then at the same time, the train conductor is speaking over a loudspeaker, and it's a lot of things happening at once. And all you can think to yourself is, I just hope I get out of this safely.
This is what a decaying state looks like. And I think this is the ambulance for the guy that got shot. And here goes the police statement. Now I do want to say something else real quick. Like, I don't know if they have it on the train on the conductor, but the conductor should have cameras to be able to, or somebody need to be monitoring the inside of the trains, and there needs to be some kind of quick response button to dispatch people onto the train when something happens.
Preliminary, just understand that this incident just occurred a short while ago. There's a lot going on. Detectives are on scene, still interviewing witnesses and still gathering evidence. But this afternoon at about 4:45 p.m., I want to bring you on a northbound A train. We had a 32-year-old male enter the train, we believe at the Nostrand Avenue station. This 32-year-old gets onto the train, the doors close, and the train starts moving. As the train starts moving, he's approached by a 36-year-old male who was already on the train. This 36-year-old male was described by multiple witnesses as being aggressive and provocative towards the 32-year-old that just got on. Words were exchanged between the two, and during the words, it became physical. And also, the 36-year-old at one point displayed either a knife or a razor blade toward the 32-year-old. The 36-year-old put that sharp object down. Words were still exchanged. It became physical again. And at some point, the 36-year-old removed a firearm from his jacket. At some point, the 36-year-old removed a firearm from his jacket. He then took that firearm, started walking toward the 32-year-old who was on the train, yelling at him, walking toward him in a menacing way, and it became physical again between the two. During this physical confrontation, that gun, we believe, was removed from the 36-year-old by the 32-year-old, and the 32-year-old fired multiple shots, striking the 36-year-old. As this was occurring, the train pulled into the Hoyt Schermerhorn station, which is right behind me. And it's very important that it be known there were multiple police officers in this station just feet away from when this train pulled in that actually heard the shots and were on scene within seconds, providing medical assistance, requesting an ambulance, and gathering witnesses. Our 36-year-old was removed to a local hospital. He's currently in surgery in critical condition, and the 32-year-old is currently with detectives. Preliminary.
Now, he said that the 36-year-old, which was the black guy, they're saying that he had a razor blade or a weapon. I wonder if that was what the lady stabbed him with. If so, you never put down your weapon to let to let somebody else stab you with it. And then he got the gun taken, so the guy was all over the place. And like from my perspective, the guy seemed like he had a lot of stuff going on. Said he just got out. Doesn't like he was rehabilitated. A lot of things maybe they need to look at really good putting people on programs once they get out of prison. Because if you're gonna get somebody out of prison and they go right back to poverty, poverty is gonna be one of the biggest reasons somebody is angry and goes to crime. So if you're frustrated and broke, broke, and stressed, people are gonna do stupid things. We are a country with more than enough money and resources, but we need to be putting people in a position where they're getting the help they need and getting the job training and skills so that they can take care of themselves and and they're in a point where they have disposable income, being productive members of societies, or just don't let the people back out if they're not going to be productive members. These people, they don't really have, like I said, they don't have solutions. They don't have solutions, man. There are no heroes that are gonna do for you that you won't do for yourself. They've already shown it. The country is getting worse and worse. The Democrats, the Republicans, it don't matter. The only difference is one promote LGBTQ agenda and the other one doesn't openly support it. But other than that, they both support the wars for the most part. They both support illegal immigration and actually employing illegal immigrants. You know, they all both are backed by big corporations and special interest, and they have not really proven that they can actually be competent and get the job done swiftly. If I hire you to do the job, which is what my vote is for, then I expect you to get the job done swiftly. Not giving me an excuse as to why the Democrats were in your way or why the Republicans were in your way and you couldn't do the job, but yet you still got a paycheck and you still got donations and all kind of money from all these other donors. But that's my perspective for today.